What's going on, guys? Cosmic Collector here, and in today's video we'll be unboxing the Neca Toys Raphael and Michelangelo 2-pack. This is the 1990 TMNT Raphael and Michelangelo 2-pack. I'm still getting over a sickness, so my voice might still sound a little bit rough, so I'll apologize in advance. In my last video I reviewed the Leonardo and Donatello 2-pack, so check that video out if you haven't already. These 90 TMNT figures are my personal grails. I've wanted these since before I even started collecting, so I'm excited to open these up and finally have the complete set. I picked these up from a local toy shop in my area a little while back. The set is still sealed, but this was before they restocked the set online, so I paid a little bit over retail at the time. Popping up on the screen now are some of the statues I have in hand and on pre-order. So if you're not already, go and subscribe so you don't miss on any of those videos. Here's a quick look at the bottom of the box, and a huge shout out to the team of artists that brought these figures to life. I love that Neca includes the creative teams on their packaging, and I'll always shout out artists when I can. And here's a quick look at the top of the box. Now, let's go and get these opened up and take a closer look. Alright, here's how they come straight out of the box. Their bodies are different cosmetically, and they have different accessories, but the points of articulation should be the same, so we'll only check out one of them. Let's go ahead and put Michelangelo to the side and look at Raphael. We do have some upper body articulation, so it does move side to side. And it looks like he can also lean forward from there as well. His arms only go up to about right there, so not a great T-pose. They can rotate all the way up, just not great from out the side. You have to use a little more force due to his elbow pads, but you do get a pretty good bend here. We have fully rotatable wrists, but not much up and down movement. We also get some swivel at the forearm and bicep, so that's nice. The articulation on the legs is hindered by his shell. I pushed mine a bit too far when reviewing Leonardo and actually broke the front piece, so I won't push it too hard here. We get a decent bend at the knee. And some good foot and ankle mobility. He can look down pretty much all the way. And he can look up to about right there. Then he can look side to side completely as well. Alright, with the mobility out of the way, let's go and jump into the review and take a closer look. Overall, this is another incredible TMNT 2-pack. The sculpt and design is perfect, and they nailed bringing the 90s turtles to life. They perfectly captured the unique build and anatomy, and I'm still blown away by how great this line came out. I mentioned in my last couple reviews, the 90s TMNT film is still one of my favorite movies to this day. I grew up watching the 2003 cartoon and some of the 89 cartoon, so I'm really glad to finally have these in my collection. I really want to check out the original Eastman and Laird comic run, but if there's any other great runs that you would recommend, definitely let me know down in the comments and I'll check them out. This 2-pack also included a cardboard insert of the sewers that you can use as a background in your display. I don't use these personally, but it's a nice addition. These two look great paired next to each other, and I know they'll look even better with the rest of the set. Let's go ahead and take a look at them individually and check out their accessories. Starting off with Raphael.
How about a 5-minute game misconduct for roughing, pal?
Raph looks absolutely incredible. They nailed his likeness and expression, and there's so many little details throughout the figure that highlights his personality. They nailed his more muscular build, and the paint, textures, and colors are perfect. I didn't remove his coat when I reviewed the disguised Raphael figure, so this is the first time I'm seeing the figure fully. They nailed the movie design, and we can see the various cuts and scratches across his shell, body, and accessories. This is a subtle way to showcase his more violent or brawler-like approach to battle, which is a great touch to showcase his personality. His belt has 2 slots or holsters for his sai. I love how minimal his design is, and he's not getting bogged down by a bunch of accessories. Lastly, they nailed Raphael's face and head sculpt and perfectly captured his likeness and expression. For the most part, this appears to be the same head sculpt used for Disguised Raph, and it looks just as great here. I love the angry expression, and they even included the scar on his cheek. And overall, he just looks incredible. Let's go and jump into the accessories. We get a total of 3 sets of hands. Just like with the last 2-pack, Raph and Mikey share the second 2 pairs. First, we have his gripping or holding hands, and these will be used to hold his sai. Next, we have the shared set of thumbs up or down hands. Then the last set of hands can be used as pointing or reaching hands. These hands will also be used to hold his pizza slice. We also get 3 different mask options. The first one is with the tail ends hanging down around his shoulders. These just pop out at the nod on the back of the head. The second option is with the tail ends flowing to his left. All of these are fully rotatable for different display options. So here's a look at mask option number 2 from a different angle. The third option is with the tail ends flowing to his right. And all 3 of these tail ends are really well sculpted. Raphael's belt has 2 sai holders. The belt itself is really well sculpted, and I love the more subtle design. And here's how it looks with the sai equipped. The last accessory are the sai themselves. These came out great. They're very simple, but the wraps around the handles look perfect. Jumping over to Michelangelo.
Wise man say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Mikey looks a bit off. I know they're going for a more excited expression, but since the eye holes in the mask are larger and he's not squinting, his eyes definitely look a little bugged out. That paired with a smile definitely makes him look more creepy than endearing. Aside from that though, the figure itself is just as great and well detailed as the others. The sculpted anatomy is perfect. His arms and legs are a bit skinnier, so he does have a unique build compared to Raph. His shell is also a lot cleaner and has a unique pattern and design. The mask and head sculpt itself looks great. The expression definitely grows on you over time, but it's definitely a bit jarring, especially since they nailed the likeness and expression of Raph, Leo, and Donnie. The bow on his wrist broke off on mine when I was moving his arm down by his side. It's not a huge deal and definitely not noticeable, but that is something to be wary of when you're posing the figure. Overall, this is still a great Michelangelo figure, but definitely my least favorite out of the 4. Jumping into the accessories, Mikey has his own pair of gripping hands, and then he shares the other 2 sets. Here are those thumbs up hands again. And those pointing hands. Mikey and Raph get their own slice of pizza. Or you can give them both to Mikey. Michelangelo also gets 3 mask options as well. We have the tail ends down around his shoulders. The second option with the tail ends flowing to his left. And the third option with the tail ends flowing to his right. Mikey doesn't get a designated accessory or holster for his nunchucks, they just slide into his belt. They actually look great here, and you can position them more towards the back or front, so there's a few different options there. Lastly, we have the nunchucks themselves. The cool thing about these is that the string in the middle connecting them is actually a metal wire. This allows them to retain their shape however you position them. This is actually a really great feature and allows for endless display options. I don't know how strong the wire is or if it will break over time, but it seems solid to me. Overall, these two figures are absolutely incredible. Michelangelo was always my favorite growing up, but as I've gotten older, Raphael has definitely become my favorite turtle. So I really like that we got these two together in a set. Neca did an incredible job recreating the 90s TMNT look and design, and these figures are now a permanent addition to my collection. Alright, and now for the size of the figures. They're both the same height, so to the top of their heads, they stand just under 6.5 inches, or around 16 centimeters. For size comparison, here they are next to a Funko Pop, and here they are next to a Funko Out of Box. Here they are next to the Casey Jones and Raphael 2-pack. Here they are next to the Leonardo and Donatello 2-pack. Here they are next to the Diamond Select Weapon X. As well as the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. And lastly, here they are next to the Ultimate Frankenstein. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see more action figure reviews here on the channel. And since you made it this far into the video, go and check out one of the two popping up on the screen now. The one on the left is a video that YouTube's recommending just for you, and the one on the right is a video that I recommended. And until next time, God bless.